Why should one consider the Muslim world to be part of the West in some sense?
A core piece of the cultural psychology of Christendom, which I think no one would dispute is fundamental to this identity construct called the West that we're trying to draw lines around, is Platonic influence. Plato and the Platonic tradition is fundamental, and then Aristotle, especially through Thomas Aquinas. These are foundational building blocks of what we call the West, and also foundational building blocks of Muslim thought. And so, regardless of how different or when we diverged, we have to face the reality that we share cultural DNA. It's undeniable that Aristotle is foundational for all of us. And then there is cultural interchange. Look at treaties between the United Kingdom and the Ottoman Empire from the 14th century, and then compare them to treaties from the 16th century. Something happened within the cultural psychology of the British that made them change the way that they viewed the Ottomans that they were interacting with. Prior to this shift, what you see is an interaction between peoples in the Ottoman world and in the Kingdom of England, which resembled the interactions that they had with peoples in France or in Italy or in Germany. And then there is this shift, this emergence of a new awareness of divergence between the two that happens around the early onset of the Enlightenment. If we want to conceptualize the West as something that inherits Rome and Greece and Christianity out of Jerusalem, then there is no difference between the Christian West and what we could call the Muslim West.
Uh,
The Muslim West inherited from Rome and Greece and Jerusalem just as much as the Christian world did. We find a divergence later in history around the advent of the Age of Exploration, the Enlightenment, this profound change that Europe begins to undergo. That is where we can find a divergence between the Muslim world and the Christian world.